All right, now I'm on the homework for P153. And again, by now, you shouldn't even need the videos to solve this because we've gone over all the examples in the text. So if you get to your homework and have no idea what to do, that tells me you're not using the videos to their full advantage, okay? You're not using the videos the way they're meant to be used. You're just using them to fill in blanks. The point of school and the point of the videos is to learn from them, okay? That means you pause, you rewind, you ask questions, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm not going to go over all of these though, but I will do a couple to get you reminded if you're watching this later at home. Maybe you forgot some of the stuff we talked about in class, but of course you could have gone back and watched some of those videos as well. But let's go over a few. Number 2, and number 1 was done for us. Number 2, an online clothing store charges $6 for shipping, no matter the price of the item. So that's just $6. You're going to pay that whether you get 20 items or whether you get one item. You're always going to pay $6. So that's constant, it doesn't change. The total cost, C, in dollars, so my total cost is going to be C. And just like we talked about before, in math, that's usually how we use it in real life. What is this going to cost me? Is the price of the items ordered, so however many items I order, whatever I order, plus, so P plus the $6 for shipping. Well, I already have my equation. Look, I already have it just from reading carefully and just pulling out the information they give me as I read. There's my equation. And now I can see very easily that my cost for my order depends on how much the cost of the item is that I order, right? If I order something that's $100, my cost is going to be $106 once I add the shipping. If I buy something that's $50, my cost is going to be $56 because it's going to be $50 plus the $6 for shipping. So the cost depends on, or is the dependent variable, it depends on the price of the item I buy. So the price of the item I buy is the independent variable. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing for 3 and 4. I'll go ahead and go over 5 as well as another example. And again, if you haven't already done 5, pause the video now. Try 5 on your own. Then come back, play the video, and check and see what you did compared to what I've done. Okay, see if you can find your error. If you can't, raise your hand and let's talk about it. Okay, number 5, Byron is playing a game. He earns 10 points for each question. So 10 points per question. That means 10 times however many questions. If he gets 2 questions right, he gets 20 points. If he gets 1 question right, he just gets 10 points. Okay, and so on. So I know I'm going to need to multiply 10 times every question he answers correctly. His total score, S, equals the number of correct answers, A. Okay, so they told me to change that Q to an A, times 10, so that's 10 times A. And it equals S. S equals number of correct answers, A, times 10. So you could have written it as S equals A times 10. So if you did this on your own, that's okay. Don't say, oh, I did it wrong. I need to write it as 10A. A times 10 and 10A mean the same thing. It just means multiply. And remember, the order of the numbers in multiplication doesn't matter. So if you did it this way, good. You did it correct. Leave it. Use that as your equation. If you did it this way, great. Leave it. Use that as your equation. Both equations are the same. They're going to give you the same answers. So we already have our equation. S equals, and I'm going to go ahead and write it this way, A times 10. But again, if you wrote it this way, that's okay too. And so now I can see his score depends on how many answers he gets right. So S is the dependent variable, A is the independent variable. All right, let's go down to number 6. Maria earns $45 for every lawn she mows. So 45 for every lawn she mows. I'm going to use M for mows. Her earnings, E, so that her total amount she gets, depends on the number of lawns in. Oh, so they told me to change that to N. So I will. That she mows. Write an equation. Well, her earnings, how much she gets paid, equals she gets $45 times how many lawns she does. There's my equation. Done. And notice again, my dependent variable is by itself. My dependent variable is by itself. My dependent variable is by itself. Okay, 7. Martin sells cars. He earns $100 per day. So $100 per day. I'm going to use D for days. So if he works 1 day, he gets $100. 2 days, he gets $200, and so on. Plus, so I know I'm going to be plussing any commission on his sales. His daily salary, S, in dollars, depends on the amount of commission, C. Write an equation to represent his daily salary. So, his salary, S, depends on, so it's going to be my variable, but that's by itself. That's my clue that it's going to be by itself. His rate, $100 per day. Oh, does it say for, let me see real quick. His daily salary, S. Right. Okay, so to write an equation to represent his daily salary. So this is just looking at 1 day. So we don't need to times it by how many days. It didn't say how much does he make in a week or something like that. It just wants to know how much does he make daily. So he makes $100 daily plus his commission. So his salary is for 1 day, because it says his daily salary for 1 day, his salary is $100. They told us that he makes $100 every day, plus whatever he earns in commission. So there's my equation. All right, thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one.